All right, and your name for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ryan Munster.
All right, so Mr. Munster, you previously had legal representation, and then you spoke to Mr. Westmoreland today, and you want to represent yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand, sir, that you are here in court on a criminal matter, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that you do have the right to have an attorney represent you at all critical stages of the criminal process. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And in fact, you've had an attorney appointed to represent you, and you're choosing to now waive your right and represent yourself.
For this moment, yes, today, Your Honor. And that is all.
Okay, what do you mean for this moment, for today? What does
I
that mean?
spoke with my attorney the other day, and he had some serious things to say about some evidence, and I don't like things in the way.
You don't like things in the way? I don't know what that means.
Obstacles are not, I don't like obstacles in my way.
Well, I don't know what that means.
If I can show you, I'd be more than happy to.
Well, okay, but I'm trying to make sure for the record that you are knowingly waiving and voluntarily waiving your right to an attorney and represent yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
But then you made a comment for right this moment for this here, yes, and then you didn't want something to be in your way. So I just want to make sure that you are choosing to represent yourself, knowing that there is an attorney to represent you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so the court will note that Mr. Munster waived the attorney, and the court will also note that Mr. Kelly is present in court, and that this matter, the resisting and obstructing and the malicious destruction of property is what you've pled to, and that we had adjourned this matter for screening for participation in Regional Wellness and Recovery Court. But you didn't show up for any of the screenings.
I don't understand the question, Your Honor.
Well, there wasn't a question, there was a statement.
Okay.
So on March 20th, the court did not hold the sentencing.
Correct.
We adjourned it until April 16th. Because you were interested in participating in the Regional Wellness and Recovery Court, which is the mental health treatment court.
I can't hear too well, and once I explored the options in there, I was told by, I have a family member who's an attorney who told me not to do that.
Well, I don't know who your family member, your attorney family member is. And I don't know what that person knows or doesn't know regarding treatment courts, but treatment courts are very successful and they're a very good alternative for many people. Nevertheless, you didn't show up for screening, so you were deemed to not be eligible for treatment court in this court because you didn't appear for your screening. So we weren't able to make any determinations.
Okay.
So there has been a report and recommendation put forth that you received a copy of, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there anything in the criminal history that is not correct? Do you have that in front of you, sir?
No, I do not, ma'am. I don't have my PSI in front of me. No. I have it on my phone.
Okay.
I'm sure it's correct.
Well, you have an opportunity, sir, if you would like to pull it up on your phone. You can pull it up on your phone.
When you say it's correct, historically correct, like document wise?
Yes, as opposed to what other.
I have a really good memory.
Okay. All right, so nothing has to be corrected on that.
Okay.
And so under your general background information.
Yeah.
All right, so anything that has to be corrected in those paragraphs?
General background, no, ma'am.
No, okay, that's all correct. All right, you have your wife and your 6-year-old child that lives with you?
They're wonderful.
Okay.
My son is really taking this whole thing really hard. When it happened, he was 3 years old.
When what happened? This case?
When this whole thing happened, my son was 3, and he is taking Like, it's the saddest thing in the world. I'm in my 40s and all I've ever wanted to do in my whole life is be a dad. And I am not failing, but I am trying. I am like running up a freaking mountain and everything is going against me.
Okay,
And I'm trying. I'm not gonna let my kid fail. That's not gonna happen. My wife and kid are not gonna fail.
okay. So, sir, you are currently under the care of a doctor, correct? Because of,
Several.
several. Okay, which doctors, how many doctors are you under the care of?
2 full-time and I have specialists.
Okay, and is that as a report of as a result of the seizures and the coma?
Yes, ma'am. Undoubtedly, but it's a brain thing.
Okay, so do you have a traumatic brain injury?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
And scars and all.
scars from what?
The doctor couldn't figure that out from Henry Ford, but I wrote it down.
You have scars.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, where are your scars?
Just right here.
Oh, in your brain.
No, it's not in my brain. It's right here.
Oh,
the
on
screen.
your forehead. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And definitely not the only brain injury I've had in my life. I've cracked my skull 3 times.
Okay. All right. And so Mr. Kelly is the individual that is here as a named victim in this matter. And Mr. Kelly, would you like to address the court?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
No, that's fine. You can come forward, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, no, Mr. Munster, you can have a seat right there at the table right there, okay? And then Mr. Kelly, you can come here to the podium, please. And if you can please state and spell your first and last names.
That's, good morning, Your Honor. It's Timothy Kelly, Kellpy.
Okay, and first name, spell.
Timothy, Timothy.
Okay, I know that that's pretty much the only way to spell it, but people like to put their own spin on spellings anymore, so just for the record. All right, and sir, you are here today, and I do appreciate you coming to court. I apologize for your delay today. And what would you like the court to know?
Well, the reason I'm here today is because every time I never show up at court, he makes up these false allegations, just like he's trying to do now to state that I molested his son.
Okay.
Which is 100% a lie. This harassment's been going on for 3.5 years. He's tried to push his way in my house. He's broken my window. He's damaged my siding, accused me and my daughter of being child molesters, passed out letters throughout the entire neighborhood. I mean, it's just got to end somewhere. I've done nothing to him or his family. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. It's all made up. But I wasn't at the trade court at the time he got convicted of felony of pushing my door in. He stood up there and tried to tell the judge the same thing. That's why he got rid of his attorney, so he could start this shit. So he could start this false accusation.
Okay, well, I appreciate you correcting yourself because we are on the record.
Wow.
And you also had some out-of-pocket expenses.
Well, he broke my window, which has never been fixed.
Okay, and
But,
is that?
yeah, he damaged my siding to my house. It's gonna cost $500.
Okay, and so that's the restitution amount of $500. It's on invoice in here. Mr. Munster, any reason to believe that the $500 estimate is not accurate?
Your Honor, there's holes all up and down his side of his house. I have wonderful pictures of it if you'd like to see it. I'm not sure where that one came from.
Sir, hold on just one moment. I'm
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
start this. I'm going to state this. You have pled guilty to malicious destruction of property. That's one of the counts that you've pled guilty to.
Yes, ma'am.
There is restitution that is being requested.
Yes, ma'am.
There is an invoice that shows an estimate of $500
Okay.
for 5 holes, 4 on the side, 1 in the back, okay? Now, you're representing yourself, so if you had an attorney representing you, I would ask the attorney if there is any objection to the estimate of $500, or any reason to believe that this is an unreasonable estimate. Okay, so the court, will order that $500 in restitution. Now, Mr. Munster, this is not the first time you've been to court here, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you also have a stalking conviction from June of 22, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Mr. Kelly, were you the victim in that one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Munster, I did review all the documents that you put forth in this envelope.
Thank you.
I was quite confused. I'll be honest, I was quite confused because I have to say, well, one, I'm not sure really what this photo is meant to depict.
Oh, that represents he's got stickers all on the side of his house, representing something that is really not family.
Stickers on the side of his house? Hold on,
On the
sir.
car, on the front of his house, he has a 12-foot skeleton, which is still there.
Which is what?
A 12-foot skeleton on the front of his house, like right now.
Okay, what does that matter?
I guess it doesn't matter at all.
I'm just asking, why is that important?
Well, that scares me, Your Honor.
Then move.
Literally, that scares the crap out of me.
Then sir, then move.
I literally can't right now. As soon as this is all cleared up.
Why can't you move?
Because we're not from here, and our next move is gonna be closer to family.
Okay, where is that?
We have family in Oregon, and we have family in Georgia.
Okay, so,
My family's in Georgia, and my wife's family is in Oregon, and we want, I've never had a problem with anyone on the whole planet, and I want.
well, I don't know if that's accurate because you have some prior convictions, sir. So,
I've never had a fight with a person in my whole life, man.
well, hold on, sir. You have, let me just say this. You're saying that you're going to be moving. Where is it you're planning on moving?
That's up to my wife, Your Honor. Truth.
Okay, so if you plan to move
Yes, Your Honor.
and this court sentences you to probation, I don't know what I'm doing at this point,
Okay.
then you just have to submit information to the probation and you can relocate.
Are you serious, Your Honor? This can all be over in like a week?
I'm 100% serious.
Holy crap, thank you. And you read that whole thing? I feel better that somebody else knows.
Well, sir, but I'm confused because I don't know anything more than I did before I started reading all this. Because I'm not sure why you have Mr. Barnowski's voter registration card in here.
Oh, that's not his real name.
John Barnowski, that's not
That is
his real name? Why are you saying that's not his real name?
I met his mom, and his mom's name is Donna Barnowski. She's a nice lady.
Okay,
I met his dad, and his dad doesn't believe that's his name.
hold on, Mr. Kelly, just a moment.
I
Why?
gave his dad a compliment on his son, one day when he's working on his house. And I said, Tim is really good at this, and he said, his name is not Tim. He said his name is Ray.
Ray?
His name is Ray Thomas Kelly. That's from his dad's mouth, not my mouth.
Okay, Mr. Kelly.
My dad's been deceased since like 2012. Both
Okay,
my parents have been gone for 10, 15 years.
okay, so Mr. Munster, when did you speak to his father? Because you've only moved into the area
5 years
less
ago.
than 4 years ago.
I've seen him up until about 2 years ago. He disappeared. Once the skeleton went up, he didn't come back.
Hold on,
He
okay,
didn't come back.
please stop with the noises, okay, Mr. Kelly? Hold on. Once the skeleton came up,
Yeah. And he was concerned with his dad driving by the house. We were kind of familiar with each other, and I mean, we were trying to be friendly neighbors, both sides, I believe it, for a long time. And one day it just went out the window. And I wrote all that down to Your Honor. He needed some money, and I helped him out, and since that moment in time, it has been bad. He came at my workplace, he said, you know, my name is Tom. My name is Tom. It's not Tim, Tom. And you have to scream in my ear for me to understand that. Because I will say, I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
okay, so Mr. Munster, this is a problem, the skeleton hanging on the front lawn?
No, ma'am. If it's legal, it's legal. I see no problem with that. That is, for me, that tells me a lot about a person.
Well, that's your opinion. He likes to display skeleton. I mean, he has a flag out there also.
It is the First Amendment is in a freedom of speech in this country.
So what's the purpose of this picture?
Well, that gets pointed at my house all the time, Your Honor.
What gets pointed at your
The
house?
firearm on top, it's a 50 cal.
It's pointed at your house.
Yes, a lot.
Is that a real gun on the top of it?
Your Honor, yes, he's called the ATF on me about it too. They come out and laugh. He called the
Okay.
ATF on me too. And the Air Force. And only when he didn't call you, it's the FBI. I'm surprised.
Okay, and so then there was something in here regarding, there's like a laminated photo from Lowell, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Shooting suspects William Barnowski, which is spelled differently than Mr. John Barnowski,
Correct,
and his wife Donna.
correct.
But you're saying, and so you're saying that this is Mr. Barnowski's mom?
Oh, yeah. She's a really nice lady, man. I come from New Orleans and in an Italian restaurant. My family's had restaurants down there for a long time. I never had a problem with it doesn't matter what a person does, as long as they can be courteous to another person, they're fine. She was very kind. I saw her in the front yard, and I was doing some gardening in the back when they were having some wonderful drinks and conversation.
And who's Timothy Ray-Ban Kelly? Who's that? That's you. Okay. And so why is this important, this information regarding
Oh,
his voter registration?
just for a record of the name that they're using.
Well, that's his name. That's what he's saying is his name. And then you printed up a copy. You sent a message to the White House on
I've sent a lot of messages.
September 6th.
I got a lot of responses from them as well. I brought them all, they're all in this paperwork right here.
Okay,
On one of those White House ones, I didn't have the headings on it, and there seemed to be some confusion with that, but I brought the ones with the headings if you need them.
okay, so you just sent him a message regarding artificial intelligence.
It's regarding this and those two neighbors specifically,
Okay,
very, very specifically.
okay. And then there's something in here regarding from Justia regarding Commonwealth versus William Barnowski
Correct,
regarding the murder trial.
correct.
Okay. And then there's a spotlight on prefrontal areas.
Yes, ma'am.
And who's Ray Kelly? Are you referencing Mr. Tim Kelly?
Yes, ma'am.
And so you're saying that he and the group are at war with the United States of America?
Say that again one more time. Is their quote, not mine? Their
Whose
not
quote?
mine. This guy right here. That wonderful guy that likes to stand in his backyard on, in this last week, I've seen him smoking out of a crack pipe in his backyard. Like
Okay,
in the last 3 days.
okay, Mr. Munster, here's what I'm going to say.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you're making statements that you don't have any supportive evidence for,
Okay,
and you're potentially affecting someone's reputation.
okay.
So,
I've only taken that to officials in the government, Your Honor, or other victims, and there is no doubts.
yes, Mr. Kelly.
That's not true, Your Honor. I run a Jeep club in Wyandotte, based in Wyandotte, called Outlaw Jeeps. I run it for 3 years. He's posted on there that I molested his son. That's part of the stalking charge.
That is part.
So he posted it online.
I did, it was a message, it wasn't,
Mr. Munster,
yes, ma'am.
you are affecting somebody's reputation and livelihood.
And my daughters, my 18-year-old daughter.
That needs to stop.
Understood, Your Honor.
That needs to stop. When was that posted?
About a year and a half.
Before the stalking charge?
Yeah, that was.
It hasn't been posted since then?
No, not since then.
Okay,
But I blocked him where he couldn't communicate on anything I said. But yeah, he tried to destroy my reputation completely. Passed out the letters throughout the neighborhood that me and my daughter are child molesters and thieves. The Wyandotte police went around and tried to get them all. Detective Sabo tried, but he didn't get them all. They had numerous calls saying, who is this guy? You know, they thinking I'm really a child molester because he's pumping it out.
No investigation, huh?
No,
So-
I didn't do nothing.
Okay,
No
stop.
investigation?
Stop right now, Mr. Munster, I have some serious concerns.
Yes, Your Honor.
Serious concerns. You're talking about a device stolen from Neuralink and surgically implanted in your body.
Yes, ma'am, that's what, that is what the
Mr.
30
Kelly,
days.
please stop with the noises, please.
I'm sorry.
There is a record of everything that these people do on the Neuralink app. I have an MRI of it in my head, the mental image of an MRI reader that was discussed.
Correct.
The purpose of utilizing the device to defame me and my family's name and steal everything from us. Ray Kelly is a violent offender going by several names to avoid prosecution.
Correct.
He is training his kids to be this person. They are exactly like him. Sunday, July 9th, 2023, his daughter Cheyenne
Yep.
at 12:42 a.m. gave Ray Kelly an order to kill me. He is still trying. He uses this device to control when I sleep. He thinks of it as a video game. The meth addict needs to go back to prison where he belongs. So, sir, you're president of the area council of Boy Scouts?
That's former, as of right now, I provide support for my rabbi and my former leader. So it's strictly administration, but in the past, I've been the president of the area council in New Orleans where I'm from. And that's the whole council, I think it was 5,200
Okay.
people at that time.
So tell me how you know of a terrorist in Texas posing as a United States Air Force airman.
I've already discussed that with Texas and with the Air Force,
And then you're saying that,
and she's already incarcerated.
oh, okay. Who lived, sir, what is your address again?
1075 19th Street.
1075 19th Street. So you're saying that the person that's the poser lives at 1075 19th Street.
See, the first couple words from that sentence I missed, Your
The
Honor.
person that you're stating is posing as a United States Air Force airman,
She was
arrested,
only there, and she's currently incarcerated.
incarcerated, but your daughter is at home, correct, Mr.
No, I have a
Kelly?
second daughter that is in the United States Air Force, but she lives in Arizona. She's a staff sergeant.
Okay, she's not incarcerated, correct?
No,
Mr. Munster, I have some serious concerns regarding your mental well-being.
Okay, I understand that.
I have some serious concerns.
Cool. I can understand that. Today, I am very happy that you are looking into this, and it's been 3 years of my life.
Looking into what, sir?
Your Honor. I'll accept whatever you need to tell me here today.
I'm not looking into anything, any allegations that you're making against Mr. Kelly. If you're referencing that this court's looking into allegations that Mr. Kelly stated you stated 3 years ago, this court is not doing that. This court's not an investigatory department. And then there's a Winter Hill organization circa 1975. What's the relevance of Winter Hill organization? Other than referencing James Bulger, who's also known as Whitey Bulger, that you referenced as well. And so I'm not sure what the purpose of this organizational chart is.
John's dad he's in that flow chart.
Who is?
John's dad,
Mr. Barnowski,
correct.
which you're claiming is Mr. Barnowski's dad, but it's spelled differently.
There's a 1-letter difference. I've met his mom.
You're claiming you met his mom.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, there's 2 letters difference, sir, just so you're aware. There's 2 letters difference in the spelling of the last name. So,
A Y and an I, what's the other one?
well, I'm not going to bring that to your attention. I'm not going to tell you what that is. You can figure that out for yourself because they're not the same person.
Okay, if that's clarified, I'm done and I'll be out of that house in a week, Your Honor. I want no problems. I want to raise my kid in a very peaceful spot. And you're saying I can take my family to those spots with the court, and you're saying I could have done that months ago?
What I'm saying, sir, I don't know if you're prohibited from going to those states for any other reason. What I'm saying is that this court orders you on probation, then, and you are moving to, to, another state, then you would have to communicate that to probation,
Okay.
give us the information.
I had asked my probation officer about that before, and they said no traveling to other states.
You can't travel, but if you're relocating and moving, that's different, sir.
I didn't know that. Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, we won't be there. I have a ton of job offers, and always I'm a boat mechanic. I was getting ready to jump back into it right here. I'm happy to do that in another place, Your Honor. And if you're saying that that is not the same person, I will hold that in my heart to be the same and hold your decision to be mine. If I owe someone money, I will pay it.
Well, I'm looking at this obituary of William Bernowski, and he doesn't have a child named John at all.
No.
And you're
he does
claiming,
not.
I'm sorry?
His mom calls him Adam.
He doesn't have one of those either.
He does. It's got a strange last name behind it. A real strange last name.
Sir, when's the last time you've met with your doctor?
Month and a half ago and about a month ago. And I speak with my doctor pretty regularly. About once a week, a week before last. Probably about 20 minutes.
Well, here's what the court's going to do, because I don't know that probation is going to serve any purpose for you, sir. You've previously been on probation.
Already going ahead and scheduled myself for community service downtown for 4 days in the next month. Project Clean Slate. I couldn't find another venue. And
Project Clean Slate? What are you doing with Project Clean Slate, sir?
they asked for a volunteer. I'm happy to help. I'm sure it's just paperwork.
What do you mean they asked for a volunteer?
Or they were looking for volunteers, so I signed up.
And where did you see this request or this notice?
I looked for volunteer opportunities in Detroit or with the city.
Yes, sir.
About him moving, he also stated that he told the Detroit judge that he was gonna move when he got convicted of, what do you call it? Home invasion.
Well, yes. Well, and so are you still on probation for that matter, sir, downtown?
Yes.
What's that?
That's not so. He got off in February when he started throwing the rocks. They let him off a year early. He had 3 years. They gave him 2. He got out 2. Then he started throwing
Right,
rocks.
because there's been a change in the statutes, and so that allows for early discharges. So, well, sir, in this case, the recommendation is 30 days jail.
You're
I'm sorry, is incarceration and restitution. Given the fact that you've been on probation to this court previously, you've also been on probation with the Third Circuit Court. And I'm not sure how they must not have known of of this violation when or of this matter when you were discharged from probation.
I'm still on probation, Your Honor. I don't know where he's coming up with that. If he knows I have his phone number and I've texted him.
Texas Sabo said no.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to let you know what the status is, because we're going to look on the Third Circuit Court website right now. Well, okay, I'm showing here probation continued, extended, signed and filed March 6th
Correct.
of this year. There's a show cause, which is likely from as a result of this violation.
It is. My probation extended through 2025 originally, and it has not been taken down. Nope. That's it.
It appears though he's still on probation.
State of Samuel said no.
I understand, but I'm looking at
Yeah,
the,
that's fine.
at the register of actions on the matter, and
Well,
it
he
looks still,
violated that then too.
it was extended.
That was a 7-year felony.
Well, so what I'm showing is this appears to be, because there was a show cause hearing on March 6th. That I'm going to, I don't know what the reason was. For the show cause, if it was a violation other than this case, or if this case, caused the violation.
Use this case, Your Honor.
All right, so,
I can't get in the way of my son or supporting them right now, and if there's any way to not go to jail, that would be amazing. That would be incredibly amazing, Your Honor.
well, sir, I can,
My son is really,
is really what?
I can't be without my son. It's a him thing. If I need to go somewhere else with him, I'm fine with that. But I really don't, my son has been without me too much in the last 6 years. And he's like starting to
What
develop.
does that mean? He's been without you too much in the last 6 years.
When I go to jail, when I've been to literally only jail or only legal problems with this group, literally,
What group, what group?
this group,
What's your,
Barnowski and Kelly. Okay,
well, that's not a group, sir. Those are two neighbors.
okay.
So, you know, here's the thing, you're currently on probation, so putting you on probation for these matters would not serve any additional purpose. There's not a reasonable ground to depart from MCL 769.5 as far as sentencing you to probation. The court does find the only option it has at this point, in addition to the restitution of $500, is going to say the court's going to order incarceration.
Is there a way to transfer that to like a fine, Your Honor?
No, sir, there's not a way to transfer that to a fine. Mr. Kelly has been the subject of multiple criminal activities by you.
Okay.
So, no. You certainly can appeal this, sir.
How long do I have to report to jail, Your Honor?
Today, you're on report right now.
Can I call my family and let them know where I'm at?
The court's going to order 60 days jail. The court's going to also order $500 in restitution. And the court's going to waive the fines and costs.
Is there any way that you would do 30 days, Your Honor, pretty please? I need
No.
to move my family.
No, sir, no, 45 days jail. If you want to relocate after you are out of jail, then that's on you, but that's also because you're on felony probation, you need to communicate with your probation officer there. So. All right, you're going out this door with the court officer today. Anything else?
No, man, my briefcase is back there.
Okay, the court officer will grab that. All right, thank you. Have a good day.
How do I go about that?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, have a good day.
I apologize if there's anything.
Mr. Munster, I would just stop right now, okay? All right, and we are still on the record in the matter of